Bob Dylan sang this: "You're going to have to serve somebody. It may be the devil or it may be the Lord, but you're going to have to serve somebody." In this life, if you live without direction and a purpose that is bigger than yourself, you're more likely to only spend your days building your kingdom, constructing your empires, or just serving yourself. Welcome to this week's Hope from the Hills. The Bible says this: you can't worship two gods at once. Loving one God, you'll end up hating the other. Adoration of one feeds contempt for the other one. That's Matthew chapter 6 and verse 24. In every decision that we make, each of us has the choice in what position that we will ultimately fill. There is, of course, the notion that we are the very captains of our ships. We are the masters of our own fates. And yet in reality, this is not, and never truly will be, an option. When we consider the true gravity of these very statements, the offer being extended to us is that we will in fact not be the master of this, or indeed not be the master of that. Because the only true decision for both you and I is will we be a slave to one, or indeed will we be a slave to the other? Each of us are self-deceived if we imagine that we will ultimately be anybody but a servant, because you and I are not the ones being served, but the ones who are doing the serving. When you become one who serves somebody, you instantly assume their agenda. After all, this is the job description of one who is called a slave. And it's this reality that has the most profound implications upon how we conduct and live our lives, because each of us is someone who serves somebody. Take, for example, the clothes you wear. Was it you who designed them? Or is fashion dictated by the very labels who want to make their money? With every season, fashions, styles and colours change, and we buy right into them. What about the car you drive and how it becomes old long before it's even been with you more than a year? The house you live in, the holidays you take, the programs you watch, or the sporting tribe that you belong to, all served up on a platter of convenient consumerism for us to greedily devour without hesitation or second thought, because we've got to serve somebody. For freedom, Christ has set us free. Stand firm, therefore, and do not submit yourself to a yoke of slavery. That's the truth of what the Bible says in Galatians chapter 5 and verse 1. Fundamentally, our choices matter, and that's true for both those who follow God and those who don't. None of us are pre-programmed, emotionless robots. We are, however, morally responsible agents who are able to make free will choices that have wide-ranging and all too real consequences attached to them. For us, in the fragility of this life, the most important choice we're going to make is who ultimately is the God that we're going to serve, because the consequences of this service choice will, for us all, echo throughout eternity. This then lies at the very heart of who or what we make Lord of our lives, with the implications for good or ill. And while we at times make bad decisions or pain-inflicting personal choices in the service of gods that are counterfeit or false, every breath is a second chance to get things right and turn even that which seems hopelessly enslaved completely and utterly around. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. That's Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 3. If we make a choice to serve righteousness and goodness with rectitude and honesty, then we are assured eternity with God beyond this life through Jesus. It's the greatest free gift to everyone who believes in Jesus Christ, repents of their sins, and apprehends the life they were truly meant to live in liberty and in freedom. It's not a quick fix or a magic formula. It's understanding by revelation your position before God, who gave you your life and you only need to turn to for forgiveness, and then entering into a personal relationship with the person who offers you salvation through faith in his name. By God's grace, he is able to bring redemptive good, however far you have fallen or however wrong the choices you have made, because his supernatural transformation is very, very good indeed. Our choices and the empires or the kingdoms we serve are significant. There will be consequences for our choices, but God's design and plan was never to leave us enslaved To that we have immersed ourselves in. The question is, who are you going to serve? I'll see you next time.